Leo und seine Schwester Ava ziehen in eine neue Stadt, die nahe an einem Wald liegt, wo die Bäume scheinbar Geheimnisse flüstern. Es ist ein mystischer Ort, voller Geheimnisse und Wunder. Eines Tages, während sie im Garten spielen, hören sie den sanften Klang des Waldes, der ihren Namen ruft. Fasziniert und ein wenig verängstigt schauen sie einander an und folgen dem Ruf. Der Weg durch den Wald führt sie tiefer und tiefer hinein, bis sie schließlich vor einem versteckten Baumentor stehen. Die Tür ist mit seltsamen Mustern bedeckt, die sich beim Näherkommen zu bewegen scheinen. Unschlüssig bleiben sie stehen, neugierig, aber auch ungewiss über das, was sie dahinter erwartet. Mit einem leisen Knarzen öffnet sich die Tür, und sie treten in eine Welt voller Magie ein. Die Bäume stehen in einer unnatürlichen Reihe, und das Laub scheint mit lebhaften Farben zu glühen. Vögel mit schillerndem Gefieder zwitschern ihnen Lieder, und kleine Tiere tummeln sich im Gebüsch. Ava und Leo sehen sich staunend um, als ein sprechendes Reh namens Mira auf sie zukommt. »Willkommen in unserem Wald der Geheimnisse«, sagt sie mit einer Stimme, die wie ein Lied klingt. In dieser Welt können alle Tiere sprechen, und die Natur ist unsere Herrscherin, die Kinder sind fasziniert und können es kaum glauben. Mira erklärt ihnen, dass der Wald den Menschen gezeigt werden muss. Ihr seid ausgewählt worden, den Schutz dieses Ortes kennenzulernen und seine Geschichten zu bewahren, sagt sie. Leo und Ava gehen tiefer in den magischen Wald und lauschen den Geschichten. Geheimnisse über alte Zeiten, über die Wunder der Natur und über die Träume der Erde selbst. An diesem besonderen Tag lernen sie, dass der Wald ihnen nicht nur seine Geheimnisse anvertraut, sondern auch eine Mission. Die Verbindung zwischen Menschen und Natur wiederherzustellen und zu pflegen. Als sie spät am Abend nach Hause zurückkehren, wissen Leo und Ava, dass sie einen wertvollen Schatz entdeckt haben. Das Geschenk der sprechenden Blätter und die Verpflichtung, die Magie der Natur zu bewahren.
Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush, vibrant forest, all the animals and plants lived in harmony, thanks to the heartwood tree. This majestic tree was the source of all magic in the forest, its branches reaching the sky, covered with sparkling leaves, and at its core, the magical seeds that kept the forest alive. One day, Leo the brave fox and Ava the clever owl overheard the forest creatures whispering in worry. "The heartwood tree is dying," chirped a worried squirrel. "Someone is stealing the magical seeds," buzzed a bee, its wings fluttering in distress. Leo and Ava looked at each other with determination in their eyes. "We must find the thief and save the forest," declared Leo. With their mission set, the duo embarked on an adventure through the forest. Leo used his keen sense of smell to track unusual scents while Ava soared high above, scanning the landscape with her sharp eyes. "Look, Leo! I spot footprints leading away from the tree," Ava hooted, pointing towards the ground. The footprints led them to a hidden cave, where they found the cunning raccoon, Rollo, surrounded by sacks of the shimmering seeds. "Oh no!" gasped Ava. "It's Rollo, who has been stealing the seeds." Rollo looked startled, but not ashamed. "I only wanted to be the most powerful creature in the forest," he confessed slyly. "But now I see that without the tree, there will be no forest left to rule." Leo and Ava stepped forward, their hearts full of bravery and wisdom. "If you return the seeds, the heartwood tree can heal, and we promise the forest will always welcome you," reasoned Leo. Moved by their words, Rollo nodded solemnly and agreed to return the seeds. Together, Leo, Ava, and Rollo laid the seeds back at the roots of the heartwood tree. To their amazement, the tree shimmered and glowed, its leaves rustling happily as magic began to flow once again throughout the forest. The creatures of the forest gathered around, cheered for their heroes, Leo, Ava, and even Rollo. Rollo learned an invaluable lesson about greed and harmony. And so, The heartwood tree continued to stand tall and strong, watched over by the entire forest. And the magic of the heartwood tree never disappeared again, thanks to the courage and unity of these valiant friends. Once upon a time, in a small village of Willowbrook, 4 curious children named Lily, Max, Oliver, and Sophia stumbled upon a mysterious old map that led them to an enchanted forest. According to the map, a treasure was hidden deep in the forest, and whoever found it would gain the wisdom of ages. Excited and eager for adventure, the children set off into the forest. Each child had a distinct personality. Lily was imaginative, Max was brave, Oliver was clever, and Sophia was kind-hearted. Deep in the forest, they met a wise old owl perched on a gnarled oak tree. "If it's the treasure you seek," the owl hooted, "follow the clues hidden in nature itself. The wind, water, and earth shall guide you. But remember, only by working together can you find what you seek." Intrigued, the children continued their journey. As they wandered further, they encountered a sneaky raccoon who tried to distract them but ended up sharing a secret about the wind. Focusing intently, the children noticed how the wind played a song through the leaves of the willow trees, directing them to a small pond where a shy squirrel popped up. The squirrel, hesitant at first, was willing to help after a friendly smile from Sophia. "The water holds the key to your next step," the squirrel squeaked, revealing a hidden path beneath the surface. The children gathered around the pond and watched as the wind tickled its waters, revealing an ancient stone path beneath the shimmering water, leading them through a glen filled with wildflowers. At the glen, they found a sign carved into the earth. "Earth now speaks," Oliver said eagerly. "Let's dig here where the sign stands." But an argument broke out between Max and Lily. Sophia suggested gently, "Let's pause. Remember, the owl said only by working together can we succeed." With reflection, the children realized they were stronger as a team and decided to dig together. Beneath the soil, they discovered a wooden chest glimmering with light. Inside was not gold or jewels, but books filled with stories, knowledge, and the history of the forest. The books were enough to fill their hearts and minds with boundless wisdom. As the sun dipped below the horizon, they headed back home, forever changed by the magic of nature and the power of friendship. Once upon a time, in a whimsical forest where the trees whispered and the brooks sang, lived a merry band of woodland creatures. Among them were Benny the brave rabbit, Lucy the wise owl, and Leo the loyal fox. They were the guardians of the forest, ensuring peace and harmony prevailed. One day, a shadow fell upon the forest. The animals noticed that leaves were withering, and the once vibrant flowers drooped sadly towards the earth. Determined to save their home, Benny, Lucy, and Leo set out on an adventure to find the source of the sorrow. Their journey led them to the heart of the forest, where an ancient oak stood tall and proud. There, hidden in the shadows, they found the thief, a lonely wizard named Eldrin. Once a powerful magician, Eldrin had lost his magic after a great storm. Eldrin longed to replace his lost magic by stealing the forest's magical energy. He trapped the brave trio in a mysterious cave made entirely of mirrors. Each mirror reflected not only their images, but their greatest fears and doubts. Benny saw himself losing his courage, Lucy feared being unable to solve the forest's mysteries, and Leo felt scared he couldn't protect his friends. For a moment, despair filled their hearts. But then Lucy, ever the wise one, spoke with clarity. "We must remember who we truly are. Our strength lies in our bravery, wisdom, and loyalty." Inspired, Benny took a deep breath, and with each beat of his tiny heart, his courage returned. Leo stood tall, recalling his promise to keep his friends safe. Together, they reached out to Eldrin. "Eldrin," Benny began, "we know you've lost something dear to you, but there are better ways to find happiness. You don't need the forest's magic to be whole again. Lucy added, we can help you rediscover your magic. Lost in their sincerity, Eldrin realized his folly. He lowered his wand, and the mirrors shattered, freeing the courageous trio. Eldrin, touched by their offer, decided to stay and learn to live harmoniously with the forest and its creatures. And so, the shadow lifted from the forest. The leaves regained their lush green, and the flowers bloomed brighter than ever. Eldrin found peace not in magic, but in the companions he gained. From that day on, Benny, Lucy, Leo, and Eldrin worked together to keep the forest a place of wonder and magic, understanding that true power lies in friendship and love. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of the whispering forest, there was a magnificent tree called the Heartwood Tree. This tree was the source of life and magic for the entire forest. One day, a mischievous wizard, Edgar, had stolen the magical seeds of the Heartwood Tree, causing the forest to lose its sparkle and energy. In the small village near the forest, two brave children, Leo and Ava, heard the forest's call for help. They were determined to save it and embarked on a courageous journey to find the wizard Edgar. With the guidance of friendly forest creatures and their love for nature, they discovered Edgar hiding in a cavern filled with glowing crystals. After a fearless encounter, the wizard, who was more lonely than evil, realized the sadness he had caused in the forest. Leo and Ava, with kindness and understanding, persuaded Edgar to return the seeds and help heal the Heartwood Tree. Realizing his error, Edgar decided to accompany the children back to the forest. Back at the Heartwood Tree, Edgar placed the seeds back into the soil beneath the tree, and with a wave of his wand, magic sparkled through the roots and branches. Slowly, the heart of the forest began to throb with life once more. Bright flowers bloomed, the trees hummed a joyful melody, and the animals danced with glee. The forest inhabitants were so grateful that they decided to throw a magical festival to celebrate the restoration of balance and peace. As the forest glowed under the moonlit sky, Leo and Ava were named protectors of the Whispering Forest, a title that recognized their bravery and love for the natural world. As a special gift for their courage, Edgar offered them a golden seed. This will allow you to visit the Whispering Forest anytime you wish, he said with a warm smile. Leo and Ava held the seed close to their hearts, knowing that their bond with the forest would endure forever. And so, the children returned to their village, forever connected to the Whispering Forest, carrying with them stories of courage, friendship, and the magic of nature. Whenever the forest needed its protectors, Leo and Ava were only a wish away.